Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Last time, Data entered the 5th dungeon, and he got a new toy, the magnetic gloves. And they were so much fun to play with that he decided to take a break from dungeon exploring and use the magnetic gloves to go do some things in the overworld and here in the underworld, Subrosia. Speaking of fun and games, let's play hide and go seek with these Subrosians again. I'm trying to get a Gasha Seed. You can do this mini game, and one of the prizes you can get is a Gasha Seed. I did not get the Gasha Seed. I ended up getting a 50 ore chunk, one of those gold ore chunks. So I got some more ore chunks, but I don't really need them. But it's a little bit more difficult than when they they stole the feather from you. But of course, this isn't required, so they make it a little bit more difficult. It's a good thing that guy looked to the red one looked up, otherwise he would have saw me. Yeah, they obviously, if you're not very good at these games, they're not going to make the mandatory thing really hard. It'd be a roadblock. Games have gotten easier over the years. They're not the Nintendo hard that they used to be, where now it's about keeping people's interest in the entire game. And then the harder stuff are usually like optional content, or what they call it now, DLC, downloadable content, or bonus dungeons. So in another episode I will do this game again and show off getting the Gasha Seed. I don't know how many times it'll take me, so... But, yep, just like with the feather, when they finish the game, we just head back to that little spot, dig up, and we get the 50 ore chunk. Like I said, hoping for the Gasha Seed, but... We got some ore. And speaking of ore, we're going to get some special ore while we're down here in Subrosia. The magnetic gloves allows us to get the red ore and the blue ore. And I remember the Subrosians said that if we ever needed special ore melted to come to the furnaces, when we got the Power of Autumn, we gave those Subrosians the bomb flower. They're like, hey, thanks a lot, you know, come by and if you ever need anything melted. Well, we're gonna need these two ores melted, the blue ore and the red ore. We can finally get them both now that we have the magnetic gloves. And we have another spot of soil here that's definitely stands out. Definitely it just begs to be dug. And we got another ring. Get that appraised later. And all this ore quest, basically what's doing is leading to Data being able to get the level 2 shield. Not to really use the shield all that much, but like I said, 100% in the game, gotta get everything, so... Level 2 shield can block a few more things, like fireballs, but the wooden shield doesn't. Treasure chest over there is going to have the last ore that we need. So let's have a look and grab it. The red ore. So red and blue. That makes purple. Go. Now let's head to the furnace. We're going to get a special ore out of the furnace, and then we just have to take that back to the Subrosian Smith, who we haven't been to in a long time. We first managed to, I think met him when we first came down to Subrosia, so a long, long time ago. So we just wait for them to do their little dance, and then we'll get the hard ore. I'm going to let a little about the personality of the Subrosian Smiths, which plays into and when you do a linked game, to get the level 3 sword, you basically give them the level 2 sword and some other ore, but you have to answer correctly, so you get a bit of their personality coming up here. I'll show off the wrong choice. If you choose the wrong choice, it just only costs you time. It's not like they'll won't do the smithing for you. I'll just show it off. Let's head to the, like I said, to the first part of Subrosia where it first came down. So over this way. Here's another part of Subrosia that we couldn't get to earlier. Well, it was the first we could have got here, but we couldn't do anything here. Now we have the magnetic gloves. We can jump across, or push ourselves across, get another one of those 50 ore pieces. Like that. Well, there we go. And now we can head over to the smithy. There we go. Welcome to the Subrosian Smithy. We do the finest work in the land, but we take on only jobs that interest us. The two in the back are masters of the trade. I'm just the manager. The master speaks. Is that so? The master misses nothing. That hard ore could make your cheap shield amazingly fine. So what'll it be? Make it fine or do whatever. Make it fine. Fine. You put too much value on your belongings. Try again later. Yeah, so basically just, whenever they ask these questions, it's similar when they ask you for the sword on the linked game, you'll see much later. You just basically tell them, yeah, do whatever. You know. So just tell them, yeah, do whatever, and they will take our shield, and they'll take the hard ore. Do whatever, say no more. Master says, do whatever. And we'll get the level 2 shield. Finest work in all the land. Treat it like an heirloom. Now, if shield gets eaten by a like, well, now the shops will just sell the level 2 shields. You don't have to keep doing this quest over and over again if you lose your shield. Alright. Now we're going to head back to Dungeon 5. These pits. I pressed the buttons a little too late. We'll just take this exit over here because it's the closest one to level 5. Takes us to that little island just to the south of level 5. Just head up, and luckily there's another stump up here that we can change the season to fall. Remember, we need to have it in fall to pick up the mushrooms. It looks like we have to make it anything other than winter to get that Gasha seed. Let's turn it to fall. Spring, summer, and fall. Here we go, colors. It's going to be important for getting for the quest to get the noble sword, the level 2 sword, which Data will be able to do after this dungeon. After this dungeon, the last Data will finally be able to get the last of those jewels, those shaped jewels, and you need all 4 of those jewels to enter that one section of the world map that has the noble sword in it. But the guy who has the last jewel, he will not give you that jewel until you get the 5th essence. So we're about to get it right now. First we have just a little bit more of the dungeon to do. Got a new little puzzle thing here with the magnetic gloves. Basically you attach yourself to that, you spin around, and you have to quick tap the button twice. I have to do it, like I said, really fast. Before you fall down to the hole, just for just a quick second there, or a few frames, when you press the A button to, or whatever button your glove is attached to change the polarity. If you don't do it quick enough, you'll fall in the hole. Which won't be so bad here, because we just start where we enter the room and jump back in the minecart. But in the Hero's Cave, there's a really difficult puzzle involving that. We're kind of jumping from one of those to another, so it's switch, switch, switch. Not the Nintendo Switch. The second one version that just came out not too long ago, a few weeks ago. I stopped getting things at the Wii, which is a really good console for pretty much everything. I mean, it has all that retro gaming, the virtual console. You can set up emulators pretty easily. Yeah, I have these games on my DS, so let's transfer them over to my Wii. So I don't have the time to do so much gaming, so and you know, games are expensive too, so. But let's head on down this way. Short trip right here to get another key. We're loaded up on keys. To start putting them to use. Speaking of using, once again, the magnetic gloves are going to be the key to defeating the boss, which is a remake of one of the bosses in the first Legend of Zelda. Just like the first Legend of Zelda had Dig Dogger as the boss of level 5, well, we got a new Dig Dogger here for level 5. Dig Dogger in the base game basically just played the whistle and then he broke into smaller parts, 1 or 3 depending on where he was located in the dungeon. Sometimes he'd be a 1, sometimes it'd be 3. This one is split into 5 parts, and we don't have the whistle anymore to break the Dig Dogger into all its pieces. So in order to break it into pieces, we have to use this big metal ball that you have to manipulate, of course, with the magnetic gloves. Yeah, your animal companion flute doesn't work. I know it works against the Pole's Voices Who Hate Noise, but not against the Dig Dogger. You have to take him out with the magnetic gloves. So these guys are really annoying. Basically, you have to summon them, either pull them towards you with the magnetic gloves, or you can push them away from you and kind of trap them in a corner. It's pretty tough to trap them in a corner here because, as you can see, there's holes in the corner. But in a room that didn't have holes in it, you can basically push them up against the wall and then trap them there and then hit them with your sword. The problem is, like, when you either way, either when you pull them towards you or push them away from you and trap them in the corner, they tend to shoot that fireball at you. You gotta come this way to get this ball. You see there's a bunch of faces over there shooting fire, and they really, really hurt. It's not necessarily one-hit kill, but you're not going to be able to get through there, brute force your way through there. You need to have that ball there to provide a measure of protection against that fire. So you had to go all the way around just to move that ball into position, because if you didn't, it just went to this way normally, the ball is out of reach from where it starts in the room. Earlier we had to go to this room to push that block down there to make this ball appear. So you can put it on the button. So we just summon this toward us, hold it in front of us, and there we go. Use the magnetic gloves to jump up here, or to pull us up to the ceiling. This is kind of a difficult little section here. On my test run, I had a lot of trouble with it. Just these, the conveyor belts are moved. You If you get too jumpy, you'll fall, just like that. Oh, the spikes. Got another magnet here. But you basically got to do like I mentioned in a previous episode, like there was that tap dodging, like in shoot 'em up games, where you just tap the controller lightly in the direction that you're going, or the direction that the thing is the opposite direction that the platform is pushing you. Can't do it too rough, or else you'll fall off. You'll move faster and fall off the front. If you don't do it hard enough, then you'll fall off the back. So it's a little balancing act. You grab the ball again, pull it up close to us. And the shield. There we go. It's almost like the reminds me of the puzzle to get to level 8 in Link's Awakening. But in that one, you just use your level 2 shield. There was that spitter that blocked the western side of the mountain, the Windfish's mountain. Alright, we've used up all our keys, except for the boss key. This will take us to the boss area. Magnetic little puzzles here. So if you fall on the spikes, you basically have to use the magnetic gloves to float yourself in the air so you can get back on that bottom left platform. Just like this, you reverse yourself, push you up to the ceiling, fall on the platform to the left. Here's a new use for the magnetic gloves. It's not a new use, but it's kind of like a we basically have to summon ourselves with the gloves, and then stop pulling ourselves when we get over the platform. So we pull ourselves and then stop. That sets us on the platform we need to be on. We're going to face Dig Dogger. Now this guy can be really annoying or really easy. It just depends on how good you are with the magnetic gloves and sometimes how you set him up. Now he goes really slow at first. I set up as sometimes pretty decent here. You'll see where, like, if he's right in front of things, you can push it to him, then push it back. And hit him multiple times. So I'm getting pretty lucky there. Donk. But then, as he splits up into multiple parts, looks like he's 6. Now you can squish each one individually with the magnetic, the spiked ball. That will one-hit them when it hits, or you can just destroy them with a sword. Like I said, when there's a whole bunch of them, they're easier to hit with the ball. So I just was finishing them off, and then there was only 2 left. So as you can see, I'm not very good with maneuvering this spiked ball around. So for the final 2, I just figured, you know what, I'm just gonna, hit him with my sword. Yeah, spiked ball, you gotta be careful because it hurts you if it hits you. In your haste to hit Dig Dogger here, you pull it too fast. As you saw, he gets much faster. He jumps around faster when he's comprised of less parts. So like I said, right now there's only one of the little tiny ones left. So he's really, really fast. Just finish him off. There we go. Whew. Much easier in regular Legend of Zelda. Where's our whistle or recorder at? Here's our 5th element of essence of nature. Balmy days build strong saplings. Balmy days build strong saplings. And this kind of proves our worth as a hero to get that last jewel, shaped jewel. Like I said, that'll give us access to where we can get the noble sword. Hey, the Mako teaches us inside ancient rune. After this dungeon, the next dungeon, Dungeon 6, which is the Ancient Ruins, we'll be able to talk with the pirate captain in Subrosia. Remember, he was like, you're not a good adventurer until you've explored some ancient ruins. So he's gonna have a little quest for us to do. That basically will get us to level 7, but in order to keep, I guess, the game at a certain pace, he won't do that before you let you get to level 7 until after you complete level 6, which we will of course do. But let's praise all these rings. Making quite a good collection here. A few new runs. Rock ring is pretty good. That keeps cracked floors from breaking underneath you. It's good for some of those puzzles where you have to push blocks. It's not necessary because they always provide a way that you can push something without stepping on a cracked. But if you're, just not really paying attention or doing it for time, it could save you some time. Speaking of time, I'll see you in our next episode. Hope to see you then. Bye.